That's the opposite. Write your answers on your student notes. Draw arrows on a number line to represent these situations. The temperature was -5 degrees. Then the temperature rose 5 degrees. A climber was 30 feet above sea level. Then she descended 30 feet. Number 2, what's the opposite of each scenario? Running 150 feet east, jumping down 10 steps, pouring 8 gallons into a fish tank. Today, we will learn how to use the number line strategy to examine adding positive and negative integers. If today's temperature starts at 40 degrees and increases 10 degrees, what will the final temperature be? How could we model this using a number line? So we're going to complete this table and draw a number line diagram for each situation. We're starting at 40 degrees each time, and then there's a change. We're going to put down what the final temperature would be, and then we're going to write an addition equation, which means there's an addition sign in there. So we start at 40, 5 degrees colder, we end up at 35. Equation would look like this. 40 plus -5 equals 35. We start at 40, 30 degrees colder, we're going to be at 10. That would look like this. 40 plus -30 is 10. We start at 40, we get 40 colder, we're at 0. The addition equation would look like this. 40 plus -40 is 0. We start at 40 and we get 50 degrees colder, we'll be at -10. The equation looks like this. 40 plus -50 is -10. So for A, to model this on the number line, it would look like this. 40 plus 10 more, we're at 50. B, 40 minus 5, we end up at 35. 40 plus a -30, we end up at 10. 40 plus -40, we're at 0. 40, add -50 to that, and we'll be at -10. Let's do another example. We're starting at -20 now with a change to see what the final temperature would be, and we're going to write addition equations. So the first one, if you're at -20, you get 30 warmer, you'll be at 10. The equation would look like this. -20 plus 30, you're at 10. -20, 35 warmer, we're going to end up at 15. The addition equation would look like this. -20 plus 35 is 15. -20 plus 15 will be at -5. The equation, -20 and 15 colder, we have negative and we're adding more negative, we end way up into the negative. To model these on the number line, it would look like this. -20 plus 30, we're at 10. -20 plus 35, we're at 15. -20 plus 15, we're at -5. -20 plus another -15, we are at -35. In this activity, how are positive and negative numbers represented on a number line? Write this in your notes. What happens when we add a positive number to another number? What happens when we add a negative number to another number? Pause the video as needed to answer your questions. Okay, for formative, we're going to do a stop and jot. There's a sheet on your notes, your guided notes, for you to write down your answer. Yesterday morning, the temperature in Antarctica was -8 degrees Celsius. By the afternoon, the temperature had warmed 10 degrees Celsius. A, model the change in temperature on a number line. B, write the final temperature as an addition equation. Pause the video as needed. For practice, you've been assigned to a partner. Go to Google Classroom and find your document. If you're partner A, you'll have this form. If you're partner B, you'll have this one. You'll both be solving the problems. They're similar to what we just modeled. Partner A's are different from partners B's, but if you do it correctly, you'll end up with the same final temperature answers. So you can compare your answers with your partners to check your work. Okay, summary of today's lesson, stories about temperature. 1. Write a story about temperatures that this expression could represent. 27 plus negative 11. 2. Draw a number line diagram and write an expression to represent this situation. On Tuesday at lunchtime, it was 29 degrees Celsius. By sunset, the temperature had dropped to 16 degrees Celsius.